Howdy, I'm Jane, and I'll be playing Garnet Munro.
I thought you were about to start doing an accent with the howdy.
Why start now?
No, you could. You could start now, if you want.
Do you want just mid-season?
Yeah. Okay, fine. So, Nate and Edie have ridden on ahead to God's Acre for your next mission. Silas, you will be joining them, but you didn't fancy riding.
No.
So you're here in the train.
I'll walk.
To the train station.
To the train station. Nate had a vision of a bell.
So we're just following
Nate's
the old
vision.
man's dreams now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You got a better idea?
Well, I don't think we should ask him about his dreams anymore.
That's fair.
I've read his dream journal. There's a lot of stuff in there that we shouldn't be chasing up.
Okay, that's a violation of his privacy, but
it is
I'll let
canonical
that
that he has a dream journal now, so we'll have to tell Johnny.
What percentage is bean related? You sure we didn't find his bean journal?
Oh, that would explain the high bean content.
You guys may not know, but I have an extremely effective fancy man voice, if necessary.
Can we hear it?
Well, hello there. I'm an extremely fancy man. Pretty good, right?
I think you're lucky I've not met many fancy men.
A passing fancy lady goes, Well, I do declare, sir.
I declare as well.
But perhaps you'd like to join me instead, sir. You're so fancy.
Maybe after I've completed my business here.
Take it away, fancy
well,
man.
So what happens?
Yeah.
Like, Silas, I assume you're going to like powerfully bust through the saloon doors.
Okay.
So you do that, the doors swing back and knock both of you onto your ass.
I must not cough.
Little fella, you look like you're about to cough. Why do you not smoke cigars?
You look like you're about to die.
Holy hell.
Well, that's right, son. I have late-stage tuberculosis, as many of us do. You've given me a lot to think about.
A night with our fancy man.
Well, now. I haven't heard him speak yet, I don't think.
Just you wait.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Well, now. We overloaded the boiler. Didn't blow up. Thought I should have died, but we didn't, and I made it. I shouldn't even be here right now, but I am, and I got my invite.
I met a guy who was invited, and I killed him and took his invite.
Well, all right. This is poker, but with a twist.
Oh.
He reaches under the table.
Pretty sure that's blackjack, actually.
He pulls out a large, gleaming cleaver, and he slams it on the table.
You ever play chop poker, miss?
Pretty awesome how we're not playing.
I'm not familiar with chop poker.
I move to the bar and enjoy my fingers. Now remember, lose the first few on purpose.
Yeah.
Fingers, I mean.
Yeah.
And then hustling.
That's how
for the
hustle
whole
works,
night.
yeah.
Oh no, my fingers.
I'm going to the bars. They want a couple of fingers of whiskey.
I'll join you.
He sort of flinches at the word, the word finger.
I'm trying to get in his head, obviously.
This is really tense. We should just play poker.
Yeah, should we just do poker? Can we become a
Everything's a
poker
poker
channel?
channel.
Yeah. We need to have the dice involved in some capacity.
That's the king of
I'll
diamonds!
take that one. King of diamonds.
I knew I was right to go beyond my limits.
All right.
No, wait, cut that.
I knew
something else
that when the fun stops, I shouldn't stop.
Let me say something else instead. I knew I was right.
Gamble responsibly.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay. I knew I was right to keep pushing. Gamble responsibly, I suppose.
Right. Now, if I had to choose my least favourite finger, of course, it would be the left pinky.
Yeah.
But that's irrelevant because I've got 4 kings.
Whoa! Damn.
That's right, Dan.
Yeah.
Now, which is your least favourite finger of your remaining 8?
He takes a look at his remaining fingers. He's like, God damn it! All right, you can have the invite, but double or nothing on the fingers.
You like that finger? Got good memories with that finger?
He looks.
Don't tell me
about his finger memories.
Just asking.
All right, you can have my invite, and then he goes and takes off his right index finger.
Oh, no!
Damn you!
That was a good one.
Double or nothing for the other 2 invites.
You look back, he has passed out from blood loss.
Oh.
Just slumped in the chair. Blood is pooling underneath him.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's starting to attract some notice from the other tables. They're sort of looking over going, what's going on with old
I
Reno?
go, chop poker.
Oh, yeah. He does that.
No more.
He does do that. Yeah.
That's no wonder no one was at his table.
Yeah, let's say the town milliner is playing
There you go.
at a table in the corner.
Yes.
Well, let's go rob his shop because he's here.
So y'all owe me 2 hats apiece.
What's he saying?
Treble or nothing.
All right, one more time.
Well, okay.
This milliner never actually makes any hats. He just accumulates them.
Oh, it's gonna be a bonanza up in old Jimmy's Hat Emporium today. It's
You see, the thing
One
about
success.
gambling is if you keep going, eventually you do win. Which is why you should never stop.
Gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly.
oh man, all my hats. Well,
What are we going to do with 9 hats?
What about this tiny top hat I found?
Yeah.
it's got a little elastic underneath to keep it. It's just sort of.
Like you might find on a little chimp that they dressed up.
Is this good? Is this what fancy folks wear?
It's a top hat, ain't it? Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Ah, a fancy gentleman, I see.
Yeah.
Well, you'll feel right at home here on the Queen of the River.
Marvelous.
The
Big.
hat is so big
Yeah.
and so fancy
Interesting.
that I can fit an entire cult peacemaker just sitting on top of my head.
I hate these fancy types. Think they're better than me.
Sorry, I didn't hear you over the size of my hat.
Yeah.
But he's disrespecting me.
They ain't gonna let us on the boat if we don't hand something over.
He ain't taking me serious.
He's taking you serious. He sees how dangerous you could be if you had the gun.
How old is this boy?
Oh, he's 12.
Well, you know this is an adults only.
He's...
Gambling
40 and
boat.
12.
yeah.
40 and 12.
That's right.
He's 52.
That's
He's
correct.
He's doing a Benjamin Buttoning.
Oh, he's got Jack disease.
Drop the skincare routine, DeLacy.
This young fellow is obviously suffering terribly from Jack disease, and
Thank you for your understanding.
I finally let out the cough. It's very smoky.
oh dear.
This could be his last river ride.
Yes. Yes. Well, a fancy gentleman such as yourself, I imagine, a patron of
Of course.
the arts.
Of course.
Such underprivileged little boys who are so young and tender-footed. I feel like we could bend the rules in this instance. And he keeps patting. He
You look after that.
He finds your cards as well.
What are these?
They're cards.
You planning on cheating? Bought your own marked deck?
They're my
In
personal...
the box!
No, they're cards.
The box.
Disagree. Look, these are antique playing cards. They don't match any of the decks you're using on this boat, sir. I couldn't cheat with these if I wanted to, and I don't want to. These are, for sentimental reasons, never away from my side.
You will get them back when you leave the boat.
I've got no hat, I've got no gun. They're the only 2 elements of my character.
You got a hat.
That's true. Tiny top hat. I fiddle nervously with the elastic.
Oh,
You hear a bell sort of tolls loudly to signify that you're heading out of port. You can see a 4-piece jazz band. They're playing some Dixieland jazz. On the bass drum, you can see the name, the Firehouse 4, is emblazoned across that, and they're playing some hot Dixieland jazz. Please, a few words from our illustrious captain, Ms. One-Eyed Jack, everybody. Hands together, please. And there's a little round of applause. And walking out onto the balcony, you see a woman, very, very well turned out. She's wearing a sort of black hat with a white band. She has an eye patch with a sort of scar running underneath it. It's like,
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Toten Tans, the finest floating casino on the river. I'm the captain round these parts, name's One-Eyed Jack. You know, you're all very lucky to be here. So enjoy yourselves, play some games, appreciate the band. Maybe you'll impress enough with the tables, you'll get an invite up here to the High Rollers Lounge. You get to play with me, One-Eyed Jack. How does that sound, folks? And everyone's like, woo, One-Eyed Jack. I look forward to it. Now ring the bell. The bell tolls again, and you can tell it's coming from up there. Now enjoy yourselves, everybody. I'll see you later if you're lucky.
We just do it the honest way, which is gambling our way to the high roller suite.
I think that's the plan.
We're gonna call that Plan A.
Yep.
And then the toilet thing is Plan B.
Plan B.
Yeah.
And then climb up the outside of the ship is Plan C.
Yeah.
Good evening, I am your concierge. I will be giving you your chips to play with this evening on the Toten Tans.
Much obliged.
You start with 10 apiece, maybe you'll win more.
Silas is actually quite agile, so I might try the mechanical bull.
So you don't like riding horses? But
Well, the bull is the natural enemy of a horse.
I don't think that's so, Silas. I grew up on a farm, and well, it ain't true.
Notice the mechanical bull is actually shaped like a horse.
Ah, dang it!
Well, I mean, it's there, and people are betting there seems to be pretty high rollers.
We're doing it for Nate.
I know
Bex
walks
and
along
crowd.
like a death row inmate.
An expectant crowd is gathering around the bronco, the mechanical bronco.
Silas is not a real horse.
No. Silas.
It looks close enough. It moves like a horse.
Yeah, but Silas, think about once you just do it, Silas.
Just do it. That's your reassurance.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I think you'll see that it wasn't all that.
What's your worst fear about horses? Like what?
Yeah, let's do
Their
some
plans.
Let's
Their
do some
secret
catastrophizing.
plans.
Yeah. What's the worst thing that could happen if this were a real horse?
What do you worry would happen if you got on a horse?
Scheming against me, it's gonna kill me.
All right, you become vulnerable.
Emotionally vulnerable.
I am vulnerable.
Yeah.
I'm showing my vulnerability. Benny! Benny!
Quit sloping off on me, Benny. You look up at the mechanical horse's face, the eyes seem to flare malevolently. You hear the bell again, it tolls twice this time. Dong, dong.
Who does it toll for? It tolls for me.
I was in a terrible train accident. And I was injured very badly, but I was actually the only survivor. And I thought, well, that's a bit of a turn for my luck. And then the very next day, I got this letter saying, come and join us on the Toten Tans. And I was like, well, now maybe it's time for my luck to turn around. I should become a gambling man. So here I am. I don't really understand the rules, though. It's you have the ones with the faces on them.
There's a good one.
Those are the good
That is a
ones.
good one. Yeah.
And
He's
what-
either the greatest hustler ever who ever lived.
So how about we make this interesting, man?
Ants. Yeah. You got to watch out for the ants. Let's ant up, and I put in 8 of my chips.
I'm Callahan, by the way. It's
I'm Garnet Munro. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
pleasure to meet you. Okay, so I
Hear
put.
about your train wreck.
Why? I mean, don't be. I'm still here. This is going to be a hell of a throw if you manage it.
Pleased to meet you. Name's DeLacy.
Well, it's nice to meet you too. My name's Blaze.
Seems unlikely.
Well, that's a nickname. I was in a terrible house fire. I made it out with my life, but I'm always remembering that day.
Dang. But you made it out.
Yeah, somehow.
You got.
Don't make no damn sense.
I feel like this guy's about to join me at the bar. 2 of us rocking gently back and forth.
Why did I make it out and none of the others did? Why was I chosen to live? Why, son, why? It's a lucky throw. Bet you can't do it again.
We are betting that I can't do it again.
Oh, that's right. I got terrible memory loss. Smoke inhalation. So much smoke.
How about we go up on deck and try a little trick shooting?
Who are you talking to?
Someone who looks like they've got a lot of chips and not a lot of sex.
I'm practicing in the mirror. I'm practicing in the mirror.
In the mirror behind the bar.
In the mirror behind the bar.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say to one of the onlookers at near the darts
You see a large man with big sort of white whiskers.
I've got upwards of 50 chips.
You reckon?
11 herbs and spices. I've been doing very well at the tables. Yes. I'm a crazy gambler looking for crazy bets to take in place.
And how are you lucky, friend?
Oh, my businesses have bought all kinds of chicken money. Yes, I'm the luckiest man alive. Well, I fell in the chicken boiling oil vat the other day, but it was off, so the oil was cold. I should have died that day, but I'll stand before you placing crazy wagers. That's enough of a wager for old crazy wager Colonel Jimmy, which is what my name is.
Let's legally steer wide.
Crazy wager Colonel Jimmy.
Colonel's litigious.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I'm a Kentucky colonel. It's an honorary title. You
look like shooting, man.
You gonna miss your knees if I break him with this rifle?
All right, let's be polite. Let's be civil. Let's be nice. I'm just trying to help you out here.
Shoves you back with his rifle. Stay away from the strong box.
Now, I didn't like that very much.
What's the matter? Getting you riled?
Yeah, you are a little bit. I'd like you to apologize.
How about this apology? He shoves you in the chest.
Yeah, I'm still picking my teeth when it goes up in the air. And then, yeah, like you'd flick away a toothpick.
Yeah, so the dart flies straight and true, pierces the tiny top hat. In fact, it goes right through it because it's a beautiful thin silk it's made of. It's very delicate hat, and it just sort of sticks into the underside of the balcony that runs around the lounge. Oh, dang it, my 70 chips! Whoa, I gotta stop making these crazy wagers. Then who would I be? I'd just be regular old Colonel Jimmy, and who wants to listen to that guy buy his chicken? Well, son, you beat me fair and square. Okay, you can see all the concierges are like pointing at you two and like, and then they're like, but this guy.
This guy sucks.
Well, yeah, he's got a widow's peak, dark red hair. He's got a sort of dark red beard that just is just on his chin, no mustache, and he's dressed all in black, but he's wearing a
The Undertaker.
I mean, okay, that's a good visual reference. Yeah, he's wearing a purple cravat and grey gloves.
Okay.
Yeah,
Accompanied by a small man with
and yes, he has a small man next to him who's holding an urn for some reason. It's weird, but yeah, he's standing there.
Just because we're not done with the copyright infringement yet. I just take a big old haymaker, swing, and clock him round the jaw.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. He sort of spins around, can't quite believe what's just happened, and then just like a tree, just and falls on the little guy. Like, woo! Just gets squashed flat. The saloon erupts into applause.
Yes.
It's like,
thank you very much.
the concierge goes over and fishes 30 chips out of the man's trousers. Nice. Hands them over to you. Yes, drink it. Yes, it's good. Yes. Very, very impressive.
Puts fire in your belly.
Indeed. Well, One-Eyed Jack has been very impressed with your efforts at the tables, the various games. Would like to extend an invitation to the High Rollers Lounge. You realise there's an elevator there that you hadn't seen before, because the curtain was in the way.
A boat elevator.
It's like, if you would care to step inside, I'll take you up to the High Rollers Lounge. I hope you're feeling lucky.